There's no doubt that these are tough economic times and many businesses have surely been battered.
Indeed, and this is a time when you can consider coming together as a group that share a common agenda in business, like this cooperative society we found in West Nile.
I'm called Odubi Anoroto from Obayo Village, Afere Ward, Town Council. I'm a farmer producing quality seed of Irish potato and beans. What we do, we pick the seeds from narrow research, and we come and we produce it, and then we sell it to the farmers. Then the farmers also produce it and then sell to the consumers. Agiema Shujebu Women's Group started in 2007 with 30 members, of which 24 were women and 6 were men, because of the challenge we had been facing by that time. And then people were looking for seeds, and we had no seeds. We have to travel to Arua or Paida to look for seeds. Then we decided, why can't we go for the seeds? Then Seg2 came in. Seg2 started training us how to produce seeds, and then later on Seg2 linked us to Agra project. Those Agra project took us into producing beans, which was narrow bean 4 by that time, and then later on we left that narrow bean 4. We came to iron beans, which is narrow bean 1, narrow bean 2, and narrow bean 3. That is what we are producing now. And we are also producing potato as seed. The type of potatoes we have, we used to produce Rwangume, but now we have brought on board Taulas. Why have we brought Taulas? Because for us we are targeting market. But we want to increase productivity, and we have brought on some other farmers. Others are producing seeds, and then others are producing for wear. What we do, we normally search for market link. We call people upon those who need the seeds. We go to the market, we go to the NGOs who have farmers, and we sometimes also sell to local markets. Like in Zumbia, we have 3 seasons. We have March, April, and also the second season is July, August, September, and then we also have the third season, which is in November, December, and January. The price for the potato, we normally sell the seeds in kilograms. We normally sell at 2.5, but this time, according to the crisis, I think it may be at around 2,800 or 3,000. In 1 acre, we normally get 40 bags, and 1 bag of 100 kilograms. That is 4 tons per acre. That is 2.5. My life have changed. I'm no longer as I used to be, because by that time I was in a grass-thirsty house. I think this one was my first house, which I constructed. This is the second one. So when I got many trainings, then I said, now let me go by the roadside. Then I went to the other side. Enterprise Uganda took me to Kenya, Nairobi, among the 10 best delegates, women delegates, under that Seg2. That was an achievement. And then in 2019, I was taken to Rwanda for Potato Congress. That was also a benefit. And then this year, it was in May, I traveled to Belgium, Brussels, because the funders, they wanted to meet all the people whom they are funding. So I went on behalf of the farmers and also on behalf of the staffs. I also won a medal at Ginger Show during 19, and also given a silver medal during the Potato Congress in Belgium. And they have educated my children. The girl has completed her master's degrees in agriculture at Makerere University, And my last born also is now for his degree. Go to land, not only 2, more than. I bought like 10 acres. We had a challenge of transporting our products from the field to home. That one God has given us a canter. And then we have a car, a small car for the family. And also we have a taxi now. The most challenge we had, it was storage. And then the second one was the quality seed. Because we normally pick the seeds from Kachwekano Kabale, which is very, very far. And we were requesting, if all goes well, if we can bring the branch of Kachwekano to be a Girmatch Jib Women's Group. Because our target was that if a Girmatch can be the source of foundation seed for the rest, it will be good. If you want to grow potatoes, you make sure that you plant quality seed. When you plant quality seed, you get good yield. If you are planting for seed, we use 70 by 30. And when you are planting for food, we plant 40 to 45 to 75, so that it can grow bigger. For the seeds, we don't want them to grow bigger, because if they are bigger, the person who is buying will take less seeds. And when you plant them, you make sure that when it is now already 80 days, you slash off the leaves. Why do we slash it off? We slash it so that the covers get hardened. And then when you slash it off, you make sure that it takes 14 days. After 14 days, and then you harvest. And you make sure that when you are taking it home, you put it, you don't power it down on the floor. From one plant, when you plant one, when you use all the agronomic practices, what you get is 20.
Many of us have often complained about the quality of services we receive in the various places that we visit. Could be a restaurant, a hotel, or a salon. And we know for sure that at a time like this, customer retention is key to doing business.
Indeed, because services is about experience. What a customer gets and experiences is what drives them back.
We are service providers. First of all, we offer experiences to our clients. And my responsibilities, first of all, clients. They're my biggest responsibilities. I have to make sure they're well. And my team, the very people that give the service to the clients. For example, we give barber shop, we give hairdressing, we give facials, we give nails as pedicure and manicure. We have people who welcome you to the salon, and they'll offer you a cup of tea, they'll offer you a place to sit, and it's a place where you're going to find everything, every service. Beauty, you get your hair done, you get your nails done, you get your facial done in the same place, so you don't have to get out and go to any other place.
Well, it's been a tough run for literally everyone, and one of the areas where it has hit hard is with fuel prices, and here specifically, mobility.
We know the presence of hybrid cars in Uganda and underway innovations to having electric cars and bikes. So tonight we explore what advantages those bring into the current circumstance.
Basically hybrid cars, that's a short name for hybrid electric vehicles. We don't have hybrid vehicles, we have hybrid electric vehicles. These vehicles use two sources of power to run their wheels, braking systems, their accessories like radios, lights, and every other accessory that's on the vehicle. They use these hybrid electric. They use two types of sources for their power. They use internal combustion engines. That's the normal engine, what Uganda is called engine. Whether it's a diesel engine, whether it's a petrol engine, whatever it is, whether it's a V8 small engine, these engines that use petrol, these are called internal combustion engines. They also, hybrid electric vehicles also use electric motors to alongside internal combustion engines. They use two sources. This is how it works. They have electric combustion engines and electric motors that charge batteries, auxiliary batteries. So it comes with the normal engine and 2 batteries, 1 battery at the front and 1 battery at the back. The front battery is basically used to charge accessories, lights, and everything that is inside the car. Then the other battery at the back for rear-wheel drive cars is basically to run the wheels. Yeah, so these vehicles, they use 2 sources, the engine and the electric motors, basically for one reason. We want to save on fuel and at the same time not limit performance for the vehicle. So this is what happens when you start your car, the engine starts and charges the batteries. When the batteries are full, the engine goes off and the car runs on batteries. So in electric vehicles, when you enter the vehicle for the first time, it usually confuses people. You start your car, your engine starts and then shuts down. And then the person starts fidgeting, wants to shut it down, put it off, but the vehicle is actually on because the batteries are full, it's now electric. You just have to read through your dashboard. If it says ready, put your driving gear, step on the accelerator and the vehicle moves silent because it's on batteries. So that's on in jam. This guy goes off because it's now on batteries. When you start driving 40 kilometers per hour, 610, it's still on batteries. But the engine doesn't work to maximum performance like a normal vehicle with one source of power. The normal vehicles. Yeah, so that's how it works. It uses both engines, the engine and the batteries and the electric motor. People have started thinking about electric hybrid cars right now after fuel prices have gone so people are looking at alternatives, but hybrid cars have been in the country for a long time. We have vehicles like the Prius, the Harrier, the Alphas, Toyota Seg, and so many other vehicles that have been around for a long time. The advantage with this, they still use fuel. They are not electric cars that they charge them, no? You don't charge them with electricity. They use fuel, but in most of the times, the engine isn't running because the batteries are full. Like for example, if you're in jam and you're parked, the car isn't using much energy. The engine usually shuts down and the car goes off, the engine goes off. But it's waiting. Once you put your foot from the brake or back to the accelerator, it moves on batteries. It's not consuming fuel right now. Once the batteries run down, then the engine comes back on and charges the batteries. Basically, this is an advantage because you might wonder where does the energy come from that charges the batteries. This is what happens. Usually, when you start your car, your normal car, the engine revs so high and it's losing so much energy because the car is not moving. So when you start your engine, that energy that is supposed to be lost goes to the batteries and charges the batteries. You understand? Charges the batteries. Then later, when they are full, the engine goes off and you run on batteries. When the batteries are down, the engine goes back automatically, charges the batteries, and then you run the batteries later. So you save a lot of fuel. Usually, hybrid electric vehicles save you on when the batteries are still new and the car is still good. They will usually save you 60% on the fuel that you use. Then the other advantage is the environment. They don't bring a lot of soot. They don't make noise when you're driving. There's no noise compared to when it's running on batteries. Even if it's running on the engine isn't performing so high because most of the cars that most electric vehicles, hybrid electric vehicles, have smaller engines because they don't need big engines. So I would advise Ugandans to embrace these vehicles because we have an advantage. We don't get from Germany, from UK, we get cars from Japan. Even if you drive a German car or a UK car like a Range Rover, they still come from the Japanese market.
It's always a great pleasure spending the evening with you, wherever you are, in your office, driving home, or in your home. Thank you so much for being with us.
And indeed, we're always happy that you're watching. I've been your host, Charles Boji.
And I'm Shamim K. Matovu.
Until next time, have a good evening. God bless.